Drunk driving consequences include fines, criminal records, and injuries. Part 1. With an estimated 300,000 persons in the United States driving while intoxicated every day, drunk driving is the most frequently committed criminal violation. Every aspect of our society is negatively impacted by drunk driving. Additionally, drinking and driving has detrimental, long-lasting effects on both the offenders and every innocent person they cause harm to. Personal repercussions of drunk driving. Drunk drivers gain very little from opting to drive while inebriated, aside from life or death situations. When someone is driving while intoxicated, it's usually because they've had too much to drink and don't want to deal with the hassle of leaving their car at home or finding another way to get home from a party or event. Convenience is the only thing a drunk driver has to gain from driving. They risk harm, death, disfigurement, permanent disability, lifelong guilt, financial losses, jail, loss of employment, and a host of other detrimental consequences that can follow them for the rest of their lives in exchange for this ostensible gain. Do you think it would be worthwhile to take that chance? Although 10,000 drivers die in crashes each year on average, inebriated drivers seldom anticipate dying in one. Everyone passes away, but the majority of people like to do so comfortably in bed, surrounded by the people they love, in their latter years. Alcohol-impaired driving causes catastrophic car accidents that frequently result in an early, painful, and ugly sort of death. Even in that case, your passing will be traumatic and leave a lasting impression on your loved ones, friends, and anybody else who will be in charge of tidying up the mess or preparing your body for burial. Think about the consequences of a drunk driving fatality. Your body will need to be seen by police, paramedics, and firefighters so they can take it out of the debris. Picking up body parts that have been severed during the collision will probably be part of this. Your body will undergo a post-mortem in the mortuary, where a coroner or medical examiner will do so to ascertain the cause of death. Your blood will be tested for drugs and alcohol, so your family will be aware that you were driving drunk when you passed away. After that, until a member of your family arrives to identify it, your deceased body will be kept in a refrigerator. It's possible that your horrifyingly dismembered corpse will be forced in front of your mother, father, sibling, or spouse. The next step is for a mortician to take control and prepare your body for burial. If the corpse is not too terribly damaged or dismembered, they may clean and dress it. It is unlikely that an open casket will be an option during your funeral. In vehicle accidents, the victim's body and face are frequently severely disfigured, making it impossible for their loved ones to recognize them. Consider the effect your gruesome and untimely passing would have on everyone in this situation. Imagine your reaction if you escaped the crash but your actions result in the death of an innocent person. Friends or family members of the drunk driver are far too frequently the victims of drunk driving accidents. Social repercussions. The lives of the individuals they leave behind will be utterly destroyed if they kill someone else in a drunk driving accident. Communities are frequently impacted by drunk driving fatalities. You might be held accountable for the death of someone's mother, father, sister, spouse, kid, or friend. It's possible that the person you kill is a friend or a relative of someone you know. Family and friends who no longer want to be linked with your crime may cut you off. A DUI conviction can have a significant negative impact on your social life and personal connections, even if your actions do not result in the death or serious injury of another person. Everyone in your life who finds out about the DUI charge is likely to treat you differently and make you feel bad about what you did. Over time, you can stop going to social gatherings and develop social anxiety, loneliness, and depression. A conviction history. You may receive a fine, go to jail, be required to perform community service, or have your driver's license suspended, depending on your age and the specific repercussions of your alcohol-impaired driving. Having a DUI on your permanent record will impact your life for years to come, even after these penalties are dealt with. Most prospective companies, educational institutions, and landlords run background checks on candidates, which would make them aware of your DUI conviction. When employers learn about the infraction, you can lose your existing job or have problems finding a new one. If you require financial aid for school, having a spotless record may be necessary for your application to be accepted. Additionally, Scholarship recipients with prior DUI convictions are often rejected by schools and institutions. Your aspirations for your schooling and career could be derailed by one stupid choice. Drunk driving is a one-way ticket to an unfulfilling career, a rundown neighborhood, and unrealized goals. Drunk driving consequences include fines, criminal records, and injuries. Part 2. Financial repercussions. From state to state, a DUI conviction has quite different financial repercussions. They will also be based on the specifics of the crime, including its circumstances and whether it was a first, second, or subsequent violation. DUI convictions might be costly enough to leave you permanently unable to support yourself. To help you understand how much money you could potentially lose by drinking and driving, we have put together a preliminary estimate of the costs related to a first-time DUI charge. Remember that these are simply estimates and that the true expense can turn out to be much higher. Bail fees range from $100 to $2,500. If you've been charged with DUI for the first time, you'll probably spend at least 24 hours in jail. Towing, impounding, and roadside cleanup costs range from $100 to $1,500. The price of an attorney ranges from $1,500 to $6,000. Fines range from $100 to $2,000. Jail fees range from $10 to $300. Sentencing costs range from $100 to $250. Probation fees range from $200 to $1,200. Costs for blood and urine tests range from $100 to $200. Driver responsibility fines range from $1,000 to $2,500. Applicable in some states. Court-ordered treatment or alcohol education classes cost between $1,000 and $3,000. The cost to install an ignition interlock device on your car is between $500 and $1,500. Increases in insurance premiums from $1,000 to $10,000. A DUI conviction could cost you up to $6,000, even using the lowest estimate for each of these expenses. You may face financial damages of more than $20,000 in DUI cases with higher costs. Remember that these are first-time offenders. The penalty of a DUI conviction will likely be at least twice as high for second and third convictions. Also excluded from this computation are the costs associated with lost productivity, time away from work, medical expenses, compensation, and money spent on alternate modes of transportation. Effects on society. They will bear the direct cost of your conduct if you collide with another road user while driving drunk. Your error will indirectly have an impact on thousands more people. For illustration, law enforcement, property damage, legal fees, and public service announcements are just a few of the costs that hard-working taxpayers must cover. Hundreds of people might be tardy for crucial events like school, work, or dates as a result of the traffic disturbance you produced. Anyone who is typically served or taken care of by the individuals you have disrupted will also suffer. Due to the local problem with drunk driving, which you have helped to create, drivers may have to deal with more arbitrary DUI checks. Due to reckless drivers like you, funding for alcohol education and other anti-DUI initiatives will be diverted from other crucial public services. Our nation is financially collapsing as a result of negligent drunk driving. According to conservative estimates, the consequences of drunk driving and the effort to combat it cost the U.S. billions of dollars annually. Do not drink and drive if you value your future, the future of those you love, and the health of our nation's economy.